In the next stage, what we call as quantify, it is extremely important to put some numbers, right, to the potential of your value proposition. Now, I will be doing a very detailed video subsequently on this as well. But essentially here, I just wanted to touch upon the very important aspect and the importance of quantification, right? So any business idea that you are trying to develop needs to have a sizable market. There should be a significant amount of customer base which is ready to spend on a product or service that you plan to offer. And that's where some terms that you might have heard in the market and you might feel that these are some sort of jargons that you might or you might not understand exist. These terms are TAM, SAM, and SOM. So let me just spend some time on TAM, SAM, and SOM here, and then I will also be doing a very dedicated session in the next video around the same concepts. Now, TAM stands for Total Addressable Market, right? Now, what does it mean? It means that how many total number of potential customers you can estimate exist in the world today for your product and service, and what is the average price that this customer or average revenue per customer that you can realize, right? So you simply multiply and you get the total addressable market for your product or service. The second concept that we are talking about here is serviceable addressable market, called SAM. Now, essentially, what does it mean? It means that on the overall TAM that you have calculated in the step above, what is the percentage of potential customers who can be realistically served by your product and service, right? So I will explain it through an example shortly. But the idea here is that you narrow down the funnel specifically to the customers who will be happy to pay for your product or service and who can be potentially served by your product or service, right? And SOM is basically the further subset of SAM. What does it mean? It means that what is the percentage of SAM, serviceable addressable market, that your business at this stage can realistically capture, right? Now, I'm very sure that you might still be thinking that, there are some wavy lines between the three concepts that I spoke about. So let me try to explain it through an example. So we, about a couple of years back, we worked for IGP. You might have heard about this gifting platform that exists, right? Very, very popular, one of the largest in the country today. And so we had to size the market for them. So in terms of the total addressable market, now, what is IGP selling? IGP is selling gifts for certain occasions, right? So occasions could be festivals, occasions could be, birthdays, weddings, etc., so on and so forth, right? So the way we defined the total addressable market is India occasions retail market, right? So any expenditure that any Indian is doing on any occasion, which is basically total spend by all Indian households on occasions across online as well as offline channels, right? Now, since I'm an online platform, my SAM, which is serviceable addressable market, is essentially total spend by Indian online shopping households on occasions. People who are going online and purchasing gifts for occasions. That becomes my serviceable addressable market. And what is SOM? SOM is basically the realistic forecast of IGP's gross merchandising value, GMV, in INR crores USD billion, which it can capture over a potential period, backed by really strong, informed, justifiable assumptions, right? So hopefully with the help of this example, this concept is clear. But it is essentially extremely important that post identification, you have to quantify the market potential of your product and service. And specifically for you, while understanding TAM is extremely important, Quantification of SAM and SOM is even more important. So please make sure that you spend time in terms of quantification of SAM and SOM. In the next video, I will be spending some time on some of the best practices of quantification of SAM and SOM.